my students, how are you? This is teacher Bayan Hassan and welcome to the new lesson. This lesson is number 10. We finished the first page, page 84, the story how peace came to the people of Great Lakes. وصلنا عند ديغانويدا لما حكى للقبيلة تبعت هايواثا إنه they have already put their weapons aside. إنه كل القبائل اللي قبليهم تركوا الأسلحة و they live in peace now. Let's see what happened in the next page. Go to the next page. يلا يا تليفوني يروح. So this is the next page.
Pupils book, page. Not kill each other. If we do not keep our bows and our axes, said one warrior, our neighbours will kill us.
عم بعيد هون.
They have already put their weapons aside, said Diganawida. They are at peace. Then we will do the same, said Hiawatha. Before Diganawida left, he gave Hiawatha a warning. The chief of the Onondagas lives above the lake. He will not listen to me. He is powerful, and he can harm anyone who listens to me. In the months after Diganawida left, Hiawatha's 3 daughters died, and no one knew why. Hiawatha was filled with sadness. He believed that the evil chief was the cause, and he went to look for Diganawida.
طيب, before Diganawida left, قبل ما يغادر, what did he give Hiawatha? شو أعطى? He gave him a warning. أعطاه تنبيه. نبهه. About what? What did he warn Hiawatha about? عن شو قال له? The chief of Onondagas lives above the lake. اللي فيه رئيس القبيلة بيعيش بعيد. He will not listen to me. قال له إنه كمان ما رح يسمعني. He is powerful and he can harm anyone who listens to me. He is powerful. He is powerful, yes. The chief is powerful and he can harm anyone. What's the meaning of harm? Yes, يؤذي. He will harm anyone who will listen to Diganawida. In the months after Diganawida left, هلا خلص Diganawida he left, he went away. Hiawatha's 3 daughters died, and no one knew why. What happened to Hiawatha's daughters? Yes, they died, and no one knew why. ماتوا وما حدا يعرف ليش. Hiawatha was filled with sadness. How did he feel? كيف كان شعوره? He was filled with sadness. He believed that the evil chief was the cause and he went to look for Diganawida. He believed that هو إيش كان يعتقد إنه الchief was the cause. The chief was the cause and he went to look for Diganawida. إنه السبب كان هو رئيس القبيلة اللي حكى عنه وراح يدور على Diganawida ويحكي له.
During a long and dangerous journey, Hiawatha fought wild bears and wolves. At last, he found Diganawida, and he spoke to Hiawatha wisely and kindly. Hiawatha's sadness grew less. He decided that he too would spread the message of peace. He left Diganawida and travelled to village after village, spreading peace across the land. At last, only one man had not listened and changed his ways, the evil chief of the Onondaga tribe.
During a long dangerous journey, هلا حكينا إنه Hiawatha was looking for ديجانويدا بدور على ديجانويدا so he went to look for him. In his journey Hiawatha fought. What did he fight? إيش قاتل? He fought wild bears and wolves. قاتل الدببة والذئاب. At last بالنهاية he found ديجانويدا. Did he find ديجانويدا? Yes. هون إحنا he found ديجانويدا. لا. And he spoke to Hiawatha wisely and طيب now how did ديجانويدا speak to Hiawatha? كيف حكى معه? He spoke to Hiawatha wisely and kindly. Wisely and kindly. ده الادجكتيف عندي الوايز الادجكتيف وkind adjective. لما بدنا نحكيهم نوصف how did he speak كيف حكى طريقة الحكي بستخدم adverb. شو الادverb من wise و kind؟ he wisely and kindly. تمام؟ هلا Hiawatha's sadness grew less. grew up يعني ينمو يكبر. هلا بنحكي grew less يعني قل. فHiawatha's sadness الحزن grew less. He decided that he too would spread the message of peace. What did he decide to do? شو قرر يعمل? He decided that he too would spread the message of peace. هو كمان بده ينشر رسالة السلام. He left ديجانويدا. He left يعني leave بالpresent بالماضي left. He left ديجانويدا and traveled to village after village, spreading peace across the land. وبلش هو as ديجانويدا to travel across villages to spread the peace. At last, في النهاية, only one man had not listened and changed his way. بس واحد ما قبل معهم. The evil chief of Onondaga. رئيس أو زعيم القبيلة. This is him. طلعوا عليه.
Daganoweda and Hiawatha travelled together to the mountains. In a cave high above the lake they found the chief. To Hiawatha's horror, he was more of a monster than a man. His face was hideous, and there were snakes in his hair. They talked to him for many hours. At last, Hiawatha said, "I was like you. My heart was full of fear and hate, but I have changed. I believe the message of peace." The chief smiled. "Now so do I," he said. As he spoke, his ugliness disappeared, and Hiawatha gently pulled the snakes from his hair.
Daganoweda and Hiawatha traveled together. Where did they travel? لوين راحوا? They traveled to the mountains. سافروا أو راحوا للجبال. Why? They was looking for the chief. Where did he live? In a cave. In a cave high above the lake. They found the chief. To Hiawatha's horror, الخوف تبع Hiawatha, he was more of monster than a man. إنه هو كان بالنسبة إله ما بخاف لأنه هو زلمة، كان عم بشوف إنه هو وحش. he's a monster. So كان بيخوفه إنه هو وحش مش إنه هو a man. His face was hideous and there were snakes in his hair. كان هيك وجهه وفي snakes هيهم snakes on his hair على شعره. They talked to him for many hours. ضلهم يحكوا معه. At last, Hiawatha said, "I was like you. قال له أنا كنت مثلك. My heart was full of fear and hate, but I have changed. What did Hiawatha say? شو قال له? My heart was full of fear and hate, but I have changed. قال له إن أنا كنت مثلك وكنت يعني حياتي كان فيها خوف وكان فيها كره بس now I have changed. أنا تغيرت. I believe the message of peace. In what did he believe? بإيش صار يآمن؟ The message of peace برسالة السلام. The chief smiled. What did he do? He smiled. Now, so do I. شو قالهم? So do I. He said as he spoke, his ugliness disappeared and Hiawatha gently pulled the snakes from his hair. ولما كان بيحكي his ugliness البشاعة أو القبح عن وجهه disappeared اختفى. And Hiawatha, what did he do? He pulled the snakes from his hair. سحب الأفاعي من شعره. Gently بلطف.
They returned together down the mountain to a place where all the tribes were waiting. Daganawida spoke of his plan to make one great nation. He told them of the laws they should keep. The tribes agreed, and at the end of the meeting they buried all their weapons. Daganawida planted a tree there, and it was known as the Great Tree of Peace. Then Daganawida went away, leaving Hiawatha in his place.
Now, after this man agreed and he wanted the peace, they returned together down the mountains. رجعوا مع بعض كلياتهم. The chief, Hiawatha and Daganawida. So where did they go? They went down the mountain. نزلوا على الجبل to a place where all the tribes were waiting. حكينا we have many tribes. All the tribes was fighting each others. كل القبائل كانت عم تتقاتل مع بعض. So جمعوا كل القبائل, all the tribes. Daganawida spoke of his plan to make one great nation. وجمعهم Daganawida. ليش بده يحكي لهم about his plan to make a great nation. بده يحكي لهم عن خطته لحتى يعمل قبيلة واحدة في يعملهم كلهم مع بعض. He told them the laws they should keep. He told them the laws. What's the meaning of law? Law قانون. Laws قوانين. قال لهم القوانين اللي هم لازم يمشوا عليها. The tribes agreed وافقوا. So after they agreed, they buried all their weapons. حرقوا كل أسلحتهم. دفنوا كل أسلحتهم. Daganawida planted a tree. Why? So it was known as the Great Tree of Peace. سموها شجرة السلام. Daganawida went away, leaving Hiawatha in his place. راح Daganawida تركهم وترك Hiawatha مكانه. So this is the end of our story. I hope you enjoyed it. And it's the end of our lesson. Take care and goodbye.